about us. Think about you.
Hello. Let's see who we got here. We are live. Let's see. I'm getting my act together here. Hello. D-Lynn, Danny, what's up? You're barely staying warm. It is cold. It is really cold. Roel, what's up? Leanne, what's up? Great to see everybody. We're gonna Ivy and JC with Ivy. What's going on? Happy Tuesday. We're gonna have a great show today. I'm looking forward to answer some questions. We're gonna hang out a little bit. Hope everyone is staying warm. Thank you for that, Danny. Everybody okay? Let's do a little check-in. Not on YouTube? Can you guys not see me? Can you guys, I'm going to do a little check here. It says I'm live, but I don't know if you can see me. Roel, can you see me on YouTube? Can you guys hear me? Let's see if we start showing up. Says I'm on Facebook, Ivy. I see Ivy there. Okay. Danny, you can see me? All right. I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to let a few more people come in. Hope everyone is staying warm. Okay. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Roel. Let's see here. We're going to let some more people come in. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. We had a couple come in throughout the week. Hello. We're having some people come in. Hopefully we got some Facebook people coming in. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, Katie, what's going on? Great to see you. Happy Tuesday. We're getting close. We're getting close to getting people on. I believe there's some people on Facebook. I see Katie. I see Ivy. Thank you guys. We've got some people on YouTube. Hello, everybody who's coming in. Welcome to the show. Tuesday night Q&A. Pumped to be here with you guys. We're going to answer all your health and wellness questions. We're going to hang out. Carter, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Barbara, what's up? Christine, hello. We're seeing some Facebook people in here. My brother Jake, what's going on? Great to see you. Michelle, hello. Great to see Michelle. Grandma Mary's in the building. Everybody say hello to Grandma Mary. She's got a birthday coming up. Big 9-0 is coming up for Grandma Mary. I'm excited. It is. Yeah, Roel, you're not lying. It is going by fast. It is going by really fast. I wouldn't mind it getting a tad bit warmer. I don't mind the winter, but this is cold. There we go. My brother TK is in the building. I owe you a text, man. I love you. Thank you for being here, as always. Shelly, hello. All right, D-Len. Mine's February 7th. We're close. We're close. Melanie, hello. Great to see you. Thank you for all that you're doing. Melanie, you're a godsend to us. Thank you, Ivy. Yeah, we got a big birthday for Grandma Mary coming up. All right, if you guys got questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. Did anybody watch the DEXA scan video with Dr. James Denham? Really cool episode talking about what a DEXA scan is. You can see there on the left, Doc getting his DEXA scan. We're going to go over his results. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to
go over my results.
I'm going to say, Tom, this looks pretty good.
You'd be a great doctor, you know? You would.
I concur with everything. Everything that the nurse said. But yes, what a cool episode with Dr. Denham from Elite Health and Longevity in Johnson City. Thank you for doing that episode with us, Dr. Denham.
You could have just read that. Overall, your body comp is top notch.
Here we go.
A.
A.
I scored an A.
And that, you haven't done your VO2, right?
No, not yet.
All right, guys,
gonna
we're going
do
with the mics.
I'm going to do it.
One, I don't know if we're getting close. We're around 7:06. We got most of our crew here. Robin, what's going on? It's great to see you on this cold East Tennessee evening. I see
It's cold.
Motaz is in the building. What's going on? Jasmine, my SD bestie's in the building. Great to see you. Elena, hello. Got a great crew here tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out. I think, on a cold Tuesday night, I can't think of a better thing to do than hang out with you and
I
me.
can't either. This is fun. I like it.
Thank
Except our pipes are frozen.
how you do have
We
that.
do have frozen pipes.
Yeah.
Does anybody else out there have frozen pipes? No power?
Is everybody
water.
okay? Let's do a wellness check. If you're on this call, it seems that things are okay.
You know how hot it is in Australia? 113.
I believe every bit of that.
We have 4 here.
We have it feels like 4 here, right?
Well, this morning it was 4.
Yeah, it's too cold.
Yeah.
That's too cold.
Very
That's too
cold.
cold. We hope everybody is safe and warm. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I see Tabitha's in the building. Tabitha, what's going on with you? It's so good to see you. I'm going to put this up real quick. Dr. Denham was kind enough to give a discount to those performance medicine patients. We're going to put this up throughout the evening here. If you do need a DEXA scan, they got a little discount code for performance medicine. Thank you to Elite Health and Longevity. Thank you, Dr. Denham, for that. If anybody has questions around DEXA scans, put them in the comments. We'll get to everything tonight. You ready to get rocking?
Sure.
I see Tanya's in here. I know she's not going to say anything, but I met her for the first time last night. Barb, if you're here, what's going on? It was great to meet you last night. You had a fantastic talk at Biostacks.
Yeah, we had a good time.
I got to meet Barb, which was so much fun. And you did great. I told you afterwards.
Oh, thank
You did really good.
Thank you. We had a great time. Good discussion.
Yeah, I thought you
A lot
hit
of good
you hit
questions.
most of the you hit most of the key points.
You think so?
I do talking a lot about hormones and both male and female. I see Samantha's in the building. Samantha, what's going on? Great to see you. I hope everybody in Abingdon's okay. I know Abingdon got hit pretty hard with the ice.
Yeah, they did.
So hopefully roads are clearing up and everybody all the first responders are doing okay. Yes, I see that, Jasmine. Yeah, Robin, could we have not had like more fun stuff? We just got like ice and no fun snow, like no. I was wanting to do like
I was wanting about 8 to 12 inches and play around in the snow.
like have fun, like walk around in it, but you can't even walk. It's dangerous to walk.
Yeah.
You know?
So we'll get one.
We'll get one. All right, guys, we're going to answer questions for you. If you have questions for the doc, go ahead and put them in the comments. This came in throughout. Let's see if I can get my tech right. Why is that not showing up? Hold on. There we go. Let's start here. Why would a doctor prescribe Sucrade? And I got a little context here. Let's see here where my context is. Latest gastro lab showed pancreatic elastase. My doctor has prescribed Sucrade. Is that to combat that? Does that make need more?
So the pancreatic elastase number was high or low?
1 greater than 800 mcg/g.
I'm pretty sure that's a high
Okay.
number on your pancreatic elastase, which is really an enzyme test to determine if your pancreatic function is good. Usually when it's high, it means your pancreas is functioning well. If it's low, it's when you worry. So I'm not so sure what that means in your case. Again, you have to look at it in a clinical context. I don't know what kind of gut problems you may be having, but that may just mean you have good pancreatic function. Certainly, you'd want to know the context that test was done in and what kind of symptoms you do have. Sucrade. Sucrade's kind of one of those things you never hear about too much. It's kind of like Lactaid. Lactaid, which is actually in Digest Shield,
Mhm.
helps you break down lactose, which is a milk protein.
Mm.
A lot of Americans cannot digest milk.
Mm.
I'm one of them. So if you take lactase or Lactaid, it helps you break down lactose so you can tolerate dairy. So Sucrade is kind of similar to that, except it's trying to help you break down sucrose, which is really, sucrose is common table sugar, basically glucose, sucrose equals table sugar. So for those people, it's just rare to have a problem where you can't. It's common to have a lactose intolerance, but a sucrose intolerance, I'm not sure if I've ever diagnosed it before. If you did, it would probably be in more, infants that were on some kind of formula that had that in it, and they had just terrible diarrhea or something. But an adult, I'm not sure. You'd really have lifelong problems, and if they finally discovered you had sucrose, intolerance, then gosh, it's a long time if you're an adult to figure that out. You can't eat sugar basically, which is you shouldn't eat anyway. But that's just an interesting case.
That is interesting.
I'd have to know a lot more about the context, to give you a better answer for that. But because it kind of pretty nebulous as far as what may be going on with you. But certainly that is a stool test that that they're running because you're probably having GI difficulties. So you're probably going to need to look at a bigger picture of that. So hope that helps.
And cutting out sugar is never a bad idea, I'm assuming. Or is that kind of what we're talking about? If they prescribe Sucrade, which is a prescription medicine, because they can't break down sucrose, then they could have some real gut problems if they eat sucrose. I'm with you. I hope that helps a little bit. If we need more context, let me know in the comments. We appreciate that question coming in.
Sucrose over and fructose or table sugar, really. So stay away from sugar anyway. I will tell you that. And look at the other gut test.
I see Tracy's in here. Tracy, it's so good to see you. I hope you're staying warm over in Abingdon this Tuesday evening. All right, this is a little bit of this is a longer question. If we need to go, if I need to give more context, I can. BCG treatment for bladder cancer. What are your thoughts? And also, do you think he would benefit from ivermectin? This is around a husband. And I'm going to pull up more of this question here that I can read to you. Let's see if I can find it. All right, I'm writing on behalf of my husband. He was recently diagnosed with bladder cancer. He underwent surgery, at which time they removed a tumor from his bladder. Fortunately, it hadn't attached to the muscle. A couple of spots was also spotted on his urethra tube. He just had those lasered off a couple weeks ago. We did the follow-up this past week, at which time the doctor told him, right now, you're cancer-free. Then he goes on to recommend BCG treatment, which we had never heard of. My husband told him that he wanted to do some research before making any decisions. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on this treatment. And also if you think that he would benefit from something like ivermectin. It seems like there's a lot of good news in this question. So very grateful for that. And let's kind of go from there.
So it's bladder cancer. It seems like he's had the areas lasered off, some in his bladder and some in his urethra.
That's right.
And then the doctor said you're cancer free. That's hard to say, to be honest with you, that you could declare them cancer free just by lasering off those areas. Hopefully it was a non-aggressive form of bladder cancer that hadn't spread, because when it spreads into the muscle, it's a lot more invasive, harder to treat. But for aggressive bladder cancers, I would get BCG treatments. It's kind of standard, and it does work. BCG, I forget what it stands for, but I think it's the names of 3 guys. They sound French to me, but I'm not going to attempt to guess what those names are. It's a long time ago since I've read about them. But basically, they discovered that if you take a tuberculosis vaccine, and make it real weak, and you instill it in a bladder, it will basically kind of wipe out bladder cancer. If it isn't metastatic already, which doesn't sound like it is here, or hadn't invaded the muscular wall. So it is an effective treatment. I think it's a safe treatment. You may have some side effects from it. I've had some patients that have done it and done real well. It just improves your risk of having that bladder cancer recur. There's a pretty high recurrence rate with bladder cancer. So it requires a lot of monitoring. So if it was me, I would get the treatment. I would want to make sure that it was wiped out, because microscopically, you can't be sure that laser, it's not anywhere else. It's already has gone to the urethra. So it's in the bladder, now the urethra. So I agree with the treatment there. And I would, if a person was me, I would get it, because I know it does work. It really cuts down the recurrence rate, especially if it's a fairly aggressive tumor that you're seeing. So I really wouldn't be afraid of it. I almost be afraid not to do it. Certainly, if you choose not to, which is your right, you can just monitor it, closely with more frequent cystoscopies, where they look up in your bladder. But certainly, I would. Again, I'm the kind of doctor that combines traditional good stuff that we know works with some alternative stuff. So yeah, I would start ivermectin. I think it's very safe. I think it works pretty well. So I like using ivermectin and fenbendazole, which are antiparasitic medications for cancers. I think they're pretty effective, but I always use them as adjunctive treatments. I don't say, hey, you don't need any of this other stuff, chemo or BCG or whatever it could be. I always use it in addition to, cutting your tumor out, and maybe even treat it with chemo, possibly. But I do like ivermectin. As far as the dose, we usually use a higher dose than we would for example, COVID or prophylactic measures for cancer or respiratory viruses. So a lot depends on the weight. The average person would start out, the average 70 kg man would probably start out at about 35 and go up from there, maybe even double that. If I use it along with fenbendazole, I usually will keep it at a little lower rate than if I was using it alone. And always monitor, if you're on it, always monitor liver function test every 3 months. I don't think I've ever seen any rise in it except for one time. And I don't think that was due to the ivermectin or fenben, but it could have been. So yeah, I would definitely do the traditional treatment, and I also would add the adjunctive treatment along with it to give yourself the best chance with that. But it sounds like it's going to be curable for him. I just wouldn't take chances and not do the treatment.
Thank you so much for sending that question in through email. That's going to do it, guys, for the questions that came in throughout the week. We're going to get to the live portion of the show. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us every Tuesday, talking health and wellness. I saw one question around DEXA scan from Elena. I'm going to go ahead and put that up. Exactly what is a DEXA scan? Let's talk on that.
A DEXA scan is almost like a bone density scan, except it's more. It measures, it scans your body, very low dose radiation. You don't have to worry about that. But it shows your skeleton. It shows how much muscle you have, how much water retention you have, what your visceral fat percentage is. It's just a great, it's a truth teller as far as, what your body composition is. So if you have a high body fat percentages in your arms or your trunk, it makes a difference as to where it's at. And it certainly will outline the visceral fat. So it kind of grades it according to your age and your sex. So it's a really useful test. It's a bit more accurate than something like an in-body. An in-body scan kind of does very similar things, which we have one in Knoxville, one in Johnson City. And it's not as accurate as a DEXA scan, but it's a pretty good, kind of first step in looking at it. But, for the people that really are wanting to get a very accurate measure of their fat, muscle, and bone and where it is, because it needs to be in different places. You don't need fat around your organs. But it's a great thing to kind of measure. And it's Dr. Denham has just a wonderful setup over there.
When I think DEXA scan, I think osteoporosis prevention. Is that the main thing? But also men do it?
No, that's just a bone density scan. This is way more than that. This shows muscle and fat and distribution of body composition. So way better than just a bone density scan.
Okay.
So I recommend it highly.
Elena, let me know if that helps in the comments, if we need to wrap about that anymore. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. Thank you guys for the questions. See where I'm at. Good evening to everybody. Looks like Roel was down in the 20s in South Texas. That's crazy. I got to put this up from Tom. This is true. Too much bone, not enough flex, not enough muscle.
Can't flex bone, can you?
All right, let's see if I can find a question. Let's see. Thank you, guys. Let's go to Shelly. Thank you, Shelly. Should we be storing food in plastic or glass? Thoughts on using non-stick pots and pans? I know Robin's in here. And we've done a couple of explain this episodes on microplastics, and here I am, I'm drinking water out of plastic. But what do you think about this?
Yeah, no, you shouldn't store it in plastic. You can store it in glass or ceramic. It's funny because one of our PA students now that worked with us for a few years, not you, Ben, but the other Ben.
Yeah.
He saw me drinking out of a plastic coffee mug, and I reheated it in the microwave, and he immediately said, "You cannot do that." And he was right. So he got me a ceramic container that I now, if I do warm some coffee or something up, I use that. But yeah, don't use plastic. Certainly don't heat anything up with plastic, saran wrap, or any of that stuff. Go to Robin's. There's a little vignette on that.
Yeah. And
certainly the non-stick pans and pots and pans, they've turned out to be not good.
I hate that because the
Teflon,
the pans that aren't non-stick are such a nightmare to clean.
Oh, I know. What my chemistry professor when I was a freshman at the University of Tennessee was one of the inventors of Teflon. One of the original. I'll never forget him. But yeah, back then it was a big deal. Oh, we got this great thing. It turns out it's not so good because you're cooking in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're a no-go on non-stick pots and pans.
Yeah, I don't like it. Suppose they're coming out with something better. Robin probably has a better idea than I do. I'm not a cook, but certainly steel and some of those things are better.
Yeah.
Some people can cook out of iron skillets and get too much iron. If somebody's ferritin levels high, I ask them, "Are you cooking out of an iron skillet?" And a lot of times, yeah, every day. And their iron level's too high.
That's interesting.
Yeah, too much iron is not good for you.
Shelly, thank you for that question. I hope that helps a little bit. I'm going to put this up. Where was it? I think Elena had a follow-up, if I can find it. So Elena, Elite Health and Longevity is in Johnson City. It's off of Sunset.
Yeah, real
Off of-
easy to get to.
Off of Sunset, right across from Mahoney's, if you're familiar with.
Go to that
Mahoney's.
podcast. I think we put his information up there,
Yeah.
but well worth it.
Watch the episode with Dr. Denham, and there's addresses and everything you might need for Elite Health and Longevity. Thank you, Elena. Let's get to Motaz here. Thank you, Motaz. And I'll get to D-Lane. I see D-Lane. What does the doc think of beetroot powder?
I like it. I think it's a great little addition to your regimen. It's a vasodilator, similar to, and probably better than L-citrulline and L-arginine. So I really like it. I really like beetroot powder. I think it's a great thing. It doesn't taste that great, but you can certainly get it in pill form as well. But I'm all for it. I think it has a lot of vasodilatory properties, and you're trying to keep that nitric oxide active in your endothelium, the lining of your arteries. So it's a good little hack, good little biohack.
Thank you, Motaz. Motaz, I hope you're doing wonderful, man. It's so good to see you in
He's
here.
cold.
I bet he is cold. All right, let's go to Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Then I'll get to D-Lynn. I'm recovering from foot surgery I had yesterday. I've been taking Arnica, but do you have any other recommendations for quicker and healthier healing? Ice and elevating it also.
Yeah, I like the ice machines that you can wrap around your part of your joint that you've had surgery on. Ernie has also gotten me one for when I need my knee scoped in 3 weeks from torn cartilage from pickleball. It's been bothering me. I'm going to get one of my buddies to scope it and clean it out a little bit. So I'm certainly going to use that ice machine that has compression and ice in the same thing. So it makes it a lot easier. It's just very hard to ice things down with these bags you get out of your freezer. So this is really good for post-surgical problems and healing, really. So, I do like, certainly I like what you're doing with Arnicare. I think it helps a lot. You can take it orally as well as take it in a cream form. And also, I'm big on peptides. BPC 157, TB 500 is a good combination that will speed healing. That's probably the best little hack that I know.
Stacy, thank you for this. I hope you're recovering well. Thank you for being with us tonight. A day after surgery, we're thinking and praying for you. We're going to keep going here. I saw D-Lynn's question, and then I lost it. Let's get there. There we go. What would the doses of ivermectin be for the bladder cancer?
Like I said, probably start out, depends on the weight, but probably start out at 30 to 35 milligrams 5 days a week. Now, if you do it with fenbendazole, you can even alternate the days when you do Fenben and ivermectin. That's usually how I start out. And then if it goes all well and tolerating well, I'll bump it up on each one of them.
D-Lynn, I hope that is helpful. I'm going to get to Angie real quick. And I saw Karen also has a cortisol question. Is cortisol poisoning a real thing in menopausal women with hip pain? What's the best supplement to take for that? I've not heard of that.
That's not really a medical term, but certainly, high cortisol levels because of stress of anything, whether it be an injury or insulin resistance or just chronic or acute stress, certainly has its deleterious effects on your body. So I always, of course, include a cortisol level in the Cleveland panel. I think it's really good. So I like the adrenal adaptogens for that, like ashwagandha, rhodiola, ginseng, L-theanine, saffron. Our stress formula, I think, has L-theanine, saffron, and ashwagandha in it.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all helpful, I think. But look at the cortisol levels and see what they're doing. Get a 4-point salivary cortisol curve to see how high it is and what it does during the day. Remember, it's supposed to be high in the morning and low at night. And so if you get cortisol poisoning and burn your adrenals out, you're going to have a flat curve. And then you may take something like Cortef or something, which is hydrocortisone, something like that to kind of get you back up. But certainly if it's high, these adaptogens are my favorite.
I'm going to put this up from Karen just to follow up with the best. Oh, so this is not around testing. Sorry, Karen. I thought this was around best ways to test. Karen's question is, what is the best way to get your cortisol level down?
Yeah,
Great question.
Those adrenal adaptogens that I just mentioned.
Okay.
A way to get it down.
Thank you, Karen.
Those herbs. And eliminate the stress.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
Don't eat sugar either.
One of the things that stood out to me last night in your talk was how stress is what's bringing most people that you see in the office is causing a lot of their.
It's a lot of times it's a toxin. Stress is an absolute toxin. Childhood trauma is a toxin.
All right, let's see where we are at. Thank you guys for the questions. Let's see. I'm going to give a shout out to Tom here. After basically going to carnivore, my last labs were better after breakfast than when I fasted last night. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I love the carnivore.
Yeah, it's based on what I'm hearing from people, hearing from you. It seems like it's kind of tough to beat if you can do it.
Saw a patient today with many years worth of terrible urticaria hives. Been to multiple doctors, nothing works. I'm gonna try a few things on her, but including LDN. But I put her on a carnivore diet.
And a carnivore to you is just only meat, or all animal products. Meat. Okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes we'll add in some fruits, like Dr. Salandino does, some low glycemic fruits with it. But that's not technically totally carnivore. For the first month, I like it to be total carnivore. It's hard to do.
Yeah,
it really is.
Elena, the stress formulas, the Dr. Rogers stress formula has ashwagandha, L-theanine, and saffron in it. It's on the website at performancemedicine.net. You can check it out there. But it's something I know Carter's in here. I think it might be her favorite, one of her favorite vitamins that she's taking. Let's go to let's see, where am I at? Jennifer, did you video the seminar last night? Are you going to have another one anyway soon?
Did you video?
In fact, I did video it. We'll have to see what we can do with it, Jennifer. I can figure out a way to email that to you. It's super, raw. It's my iPhone. So if you're interested,
put it out there.
Let me know.
Viral.
There we go.
But yeah, I will do another one. At some point this spring.
Yeah.
They want me to talk about longevity. Yeah. So, and we always cover hormones when we do that. So.
And Jennifer, let me know if you want me to send you this. I got all of it, but it ain't pretty.
It's not. Why not? You said I'm not pretty.
You definitely get all the information. I promise you that.
I had no makeup on. So what you're saying.
It's very authentic. I think that's the best way for that video footage. It was authentic.
How did you record that? Did you have it on a tripod?
I did.
That's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it's watchable. All right, Lisa. Lisa, so good to see you. Thank you for being with us. I feel like I may have a bladder infection / UTI, but I'm not certain. My lower abdomen kind of hurts, but it's really sore. When I have to pee, I have to go, and I always have a residual stream after I'm done, and tummy hurts. I'm not really burning when peeing. What can I go ahead and start that will help this feeling stop? Well, shoot, Lisa, I'm super sorry about this. It sounds miserable. What's your thoughts on something?
Well, first of all, have them check your urine and make sure you don't need an antibiotic. Certainly, I like methylene blue for this kind of thing prophylactically. I really like it a lot. I like D-mannose. That's another one that you can use to maybe prevent some of this inflammation if it's not infection. Certainly have a urine checked and see, because it all could be tied in together. So that's the main thing I like. Again, a little more history with it. Sometimes diabetics have a lot more of this and sometimes some medications will affect this and make it worse. So yeah, I hope that try D-mannose and methylene blue.
Lisa, we'll be thinking about you. I hope you start to feel better. Thank you for being with us as always. Let's see where I'm at. This is a great question. I'm really having a hard time, or a great comment, to stay hydrated when it's really cold. I'm the same. I have to remind myself to track my water. I'm going through that as well. It's kind of, you have to remind yourself to drink.
You think you're not sweating,
Yeah.
losing fluids. So get one of the big Stanley
Yeah.
cups or one of those, and that's a lot easier to do when you carry that around. It reminds you to drink more water.
Roel, thank you for that comment. We're all thinking about that. Lindsay, thank you, Lindsay, for being here. My neurologist wants me to take a low-dose statin due to blood vessel changes in my brain, frontal lesions. My PCP doesn't feel my LDL is high enough to take a statin. Would a low-dose statin be an issue? I know statins are not always popular with doctors. Are there any vitamins that could bring down LDL?
First of all, I'm not huge on statins like most doctors. Again, they're pretty popular with doctors. Doctors push them a lot. I do not like to push them. And I had a couple patients today talking about it, how they were put on statins when their cholesterol was pretty decent. I would never put them on a statin. If I have somebody with known heart disease, say they've had a stent or a bypass, I would probably put them on a very low dose rosuvastatin. Some people that have a lot of other risk factors, and they may have type 2 hypercholesterolemia, familial, then sometimes I'll use a low dose statin. It depends on the other risk factors, what their coronary calcium score may be, what their inflammatory markers are. But again, I don't think it prevents heart attacks personally. The latest stat I heard was if you took 1,000 people with known coronary artery disease and put them all on a statin, it may save 1 out of 1,000 from having a non-fatal heart attack. Overall, maybe add 3 days to your life, but it can cause a lot of side effects. There's a huge drop-off rate when people are put on statins, because it's not just the muscle aches that about a third of people get with this, the CoQ10 depletion, the popping up of your glucose levels, and the changes that may occur in your brain, including dementia. So I wouldn't do it. But again, I'm not your neurologist. I'm not even your doctor. So, again, this is not medical advice. This is just education. It's going to come down between you and your doctor. But some people do think that it may help inflammation in a way. So always look at your inflammatory markers. Some people think it may help plaque regression. I haven't seen it, personally on when you compare these CT calciums. But again, it's not going to reverse the CT calcium. It may help the inflammation that may be attached to these calcium plaques. So short answer, I'm not a big fan of it for that. Look at the other stuff. Take a low dose aspirin. To me, that's way better effects on that. I like, for my brain stack personally, I take methylene blue, take creatine, and I take lithium orotate. Those are 3 that I do take for brain health.
You take those every day?
Yeah, every morning.
Lindsay, I hope that helps. That's such a great question. I hope that's a little helpful there. I know, statins are such a controversial topic to talk about. So thank you for letting us kind of.
And don't go telling your doctor, Dr. Rogers said not to do this.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, please.
This is not medical advice.
Let's get to Ann. I love this, Ann, because we get to talk about Lucas, and Lucas is one of my favorite people. Do you have a nutrition that would help someone?
Yeah. It's a no-brainer. Lucas Smith in our Johnson City office.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
there
He's
on
incredible.
Wednesdays. He's amazing. And that's his specialty, is getting muscle on people. You don't want to just gain weight. You want to gain muscle. And it's not easy.
One thing I'll add, and if you want to get to know Lucas, he's all over our YouTube channel. We do a show with him called Dive Into Diet. Maybe at 100 videos talking about all sorts of things. We actually did a video going over some of your nutrition, I believe.
Yeah, we did. I had an appointment with him.
And that's on the Common Sense MD. So thank you, Ann, for the question and letting us talk about Lucas Schmidt. Let's get to Connie Lynn. Connie Lynn, what's up? How do I get access to tirzepatide to microdose? I forgot to ask Brittany when I saw her in the JC office.
Yeah, you can get the low-dose GLP-1s. We order them for you, patient-specific. That's the one I take, a low-dose GLP-1 GIP. Come in the office and we'll see if you qualify to take it, and then we can procure it for you. I'm big on it.
Connie Lynn, thank you so much. Hope that helps a little bit. Elena's asking around lithium orotate. Good for migraines.
That's what some people say.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I don't have migraines, but I take it more for brain health. But some people have told me it helps. Of course, we use the low-dose microdosing of the GLP-1 GIPs as well for migraines, and they seem to really help. And we have some new prescription medications for migraines that are good as well. If you get them, Ubrelvy, Nurtec are the newest ones. Probably better than the old triptans, like Maxalt and sumatriptan and those. So I like the new ones. Way less side effects.
Thank you, Elena, for that. I hope that helps. We did a Common Sense MD episode on lithium orotate. I don't think you mentioned migraines in there. It was definitely around brain health, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't know if I specifically mentioned migraines or not. Some people do tell me it helps them. So.
Let's get to Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. Is there a specific type of creatine that you recommend?
Yeah, I always get creatine monohydrate. That's the one you want. We have a creatine that we have made, and I add HMB to it, hydroxymethylbutyrate, which is a ketone body that actually helps build muscle and burn fat. So I combine them. But that's usually the usual dose of creatine monohydrate is 5 grams, and you don't need to load. People that load up with a lot, you could, but that's when you see a little bit of fluid retention the first week or so after you use it. So I just start using it. And you can go on up on the dose too if you're looking for bone and brain. It's 5 grams for muscle, 8 for bone, 10 grams for brain is the most generally accepted protocols.
Thank you, Mandy, for that. If you want to look more into the performance creatine, you can find that at performancemedicine.net on the vitamin store. First of all, Debbie's here in Australia. It's Wednesday morning, and it's really hot there. So
yeah, I've been watching the Australian Open, and it was 113.
Yes,
exact
Debbie, opposite
of what it's doing over here.
Yeah, stay hydrated and stay inside. We're thinking about you, Debbie, and also pumped that you're here. We're all over the Australian Open this time of year. I'm gonna put this up from Diane. Zepbound worked, reached goal. What's next? How do you talk to a patient like that? They've reached their goal, and it worked clearly. What do I do now?
I talk to them very positively. I try not to be negative.
Yeah.
I just say, hey, congratulations. Let's start weaning down a bit and see how you maintain your weight. Again, these are maintenance medicines. They're not made to take 20 pounds or 50 pounds off and stop it, because you're going to gain the weight back. hopefully you've developed some great habits as far as low carb diet, maybe some intermittent fasting, learn what works for you. But in general, if you want to keep the weight off, you're going to be on a low dose forever. And here's the known side effects. Besides, it could cause you a little nausea maybe, but way less heart attacks, less strokes, less dementia, less cancer, less fatty liver, less cravings. So just work your way down to even if it's just a microdose, stay on it. Is my feeling.
Diane, thank you so much for that question and congratulations. That's incredible. That's really, really cool. Thank you for sharing that success. Barbara's got a great question. Do you sell lithium orotate?
No, we don't have it in the office. So I order mine from Life Extension. That's one of the ones I like from there. I may get it back in the office at some point, but no, just go on Life Extension's website and get it.
Is there dosing or anything that?
I take 1 milligram.
Okay.
Some people take up more than that, but I just take a low dose of 1 milligram.
Thank you, Barbara, for that question. This is from Ann. Let's see. Does Lucas take 17-year-olds? I think he could take 17.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Ann. Let's see here. Lisa's wanting the doses for ivermectin and directions.
You're going to have to come into the office and make an appointment because I can't give that kind of medical advice to you. You can do your reading, but we have to be very careful with what we say on the show. So do your research and come in and make an appointment because there's a lot of other little nuances to it. I'm sorry, but it's but you could dig and find some of it. And in Tennessee, again, ivermectin here is over the counter. In other states, it's going to be a prescription medicine. You need a little bit further direction, especially when you're dealing with something like cancer, because there's a lot of other things you need to be thinking about doing along with it. So, sorry, I can't give you, and it may be, a lot of times I'll look at a lot of different things when I dose this stuff. So, if you're in Tennessee or Virginia, you can see me or one of my colleagues. If you're from out of state, it's going to be tougher. Again, when you practice medicine, you got to be really careful. That's why I'm always saying, "Hey, this is not medical advice," because they come after you when you do that. And again, this is general purpose information and questions, dialogue. This isn't meant to be a doctor-patient relationship on this show that we have.
Lisa, thank you for that. I'm sorry we couldn't help more on that question. I see that we have a question here from Heather around GLP-1s. I have thought about GLP-1s, but worried about thyroid problems. I have a current diagnosis of Hashimoto's. Do you see this much in the office?
Well, sure. Yeah, I see Hashimoto's all the time. Has nothing to do with taking a GLP-1. The GLP-1 is not going to mess your thyroid up. You want to avoid it if you've had medullary cancer of the thyroid, which is an extremely rare form of thyroid cancer, extremely rare. Or you don't want to take it if you have something called MEN syndrome 2, because that is a combination of endocrine cancers that you can't take with, again, extremely rare. You don't want to take one if you've had pancreatitis in general. Now, if you've had gallstone pancreatitis, which causes pancreatitis, you get your gallbladder out, it's okay.
Okay.
But again, that's not going to interfere with your Hashimoto's.
Heather, I hope that is helpful. Thank you for that question. Let's get to Rachel here. Can ferritin levels of 24 give off and on symptoms of extreme fatigue?
That's a little bit low, but remember, ferritin is a storage form of iron. And there's some people that say, hey, it's okay. It just means if your ferritin level is low, you're utilizing your iron well. So sometimes there could be some other tests that can come into play here with iron levels, TIBC, other things, and looking at your hematocrit hemoglobin and looking at the differential on that CBC. So there's more to it than that. But a lot of people say, well, unless you're at 50, your thyroid's not going to work as good. So, I mean, a low ferritin level could possibly cause some fatigue, but there's usually a confounding factor here with this too. So look at all those other things. Look at your thyroid. Look at your vitamin levels, especially the B vitamins. Look at your cortisol, and because there can be a lot of reason for extreme fatigue. I mean, just a myriad of things. But certainly it could be one factor, especially, if your blood count's low.
Thank you for that, Rachel. I see Sandy is wanting the hormone seminar. Thank you for that. If anyone is wanting the kind of raw footage of the hormone seminar Doc gave last night, let me know in the comments. One, that'll give me a good idea if we need to dress it up a little bit. But I got Sandy in here. Sandy and see, I know there was another one in here. I apologize already for getting Jennifer. Let me know if you guys want some of that, some of the key takeaways. Let's see here. Let's get to Elizabeth. I am currently on an elimination diet for autoimmune thyroid issues. What is your opinion on foods to avoid for autoimmune thyroid after completing this process?
Well, I always tell people, like you're doing, you're looking at your gut for autoimmune issues of any kind. And thyroid's certainly one of those. But remember, sugar, glutens, dairy, maybe nightshades, soy, corn. Those are the ones I would avoid. Even after you complete the process, if you have Hashimoto's, you need a gluten-free diet for sure, and you need to take zinc and selenium. But after you complete the process, don't consider that a cure for this, making an ongoing thing, because you can get your gut back to square one and flare again. Watch those antibody levels go high again. So, which is really good to watch those antibody levels, and you can see kind of how you're doing. I check them a lot.
Elizabeth, thank you for that. I'm going to put this up because I knew Barb was here. I knew she was watching. Barb, it's so good to see you. It's great to meet you last night at the seminar. Thank you for hanging out and watching and being here tonight as always. Barb is with us every single Tuesday. So it was so great to meet you. So great to meet you, Barb. All right. I see you, Amanda, with the hormone seminar. I see Heather wants it as well. Thank you, guys. All right.
Going viral.
It was going viral on my phone. Like,
a lot of work cut out.
I see Connie Lynn. Thank you, Connie Lynn. Thank you, guys.
Should you include that new country music song?
Yeah.
Someday we're going to play a new country music song for you.
A new hit.
Actually, one of my patients wrote it.
A new hit country single.
Jeff wrote it. We think it's going to go to the top of the charts.
Okay. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too.
I love it.
Guys, let us know in the comments how we did tonight. And if I missed you, go ahead and put the. Make sure you give me an email too if you want the seminar. And it won't come tonight because I got to figure out how to email a file this big. It's about an hour and 15 minutes long, as Barb could tell you. So make sure you give me. How about this? Can I make this a little easier on me? Can you guys email ben@performancemedicine.net? That way, Melanie's wanting to play the song.
We may use it for an outro someday. I don't know if it's even on this thing. I don't know if you could.
If you guys can email me ben@performancemedicine.net. All you got to do in the subject line is say seminar. I'll know exactly what it is. I see Leanne. Leanne wants a seminar as well. Joe wants a seminar. All right, we'll get this.
Everybody wants a seminar.
We'll get this thing going for you guys.
It was cold. I couldn't believe that many people came out.
It was cold. It was really
cold.
It was really cold. Thank you to the people who came out. Thank you, Barb, for coming out and braving ice. So make sure you guys email me. I'll also make sure I double check. I see a lot of emails in the comments. But if you can, email me, ben@performancemedicine.net. Just say seminar in the subject line. I'll know exactly what it is. And we will, I thought, thank you, Carter. Thank you for that. I'm going to put this up, ben@performancemedicine.net. Email me, subject line seminar, and we'll get it in a format that you guys can consume it. Thank you guys for wanting to learn more about that. Thank you. Thank you, Carter, for that. All right, let's see. Stacy, where can I get those peptides Doc mentioned about my foot recovery?
The oral BPC 157 we have at the office. But if you want the injectable, which I think works better, you can get it from Peptide Sciences is where we usually get it. They're reliable. So I like them.
Thank you, Stacy, for that. All right. Rachel, it's probably going on. It's like hallway music.
It's elevator music.
Elevator music. That actually would be a phenomenal idea if it's like on the speakers in like a room.
Yeah, that would have a captured audience.
Yeah.
We'll play it sometime on here.
All right, guys. I think I got to everything. If I missed you, I'm super sorry. I'll make sure we get you first. Jack, I think you're in good weather right now. I'm jealous. I think he's in like 60s degree weather. We need to have Doc play a country tune here soon. Maybe a little Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Maybe I could play a little on my guitar and Jeff could sing Johnny Cash. He is Mr. Johnny Cash.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm turning off the podcast. Again, as I told a few of you yesterday, if you want a replay of this, it goes up a week from today on Performance Medicine TV on Apple and Spotify. You can check that out. Jack is in 75 degree weather right now.
I'll be there.
You'll be there too. Yeah.
And
you'll be in nice
you'll be
weather
here
too.
next week. I'll be in that kind of weather next week. Thank heavens.
Melanie, that song will make you more famous than Dolly. Guys, we love you so much. Thank you all for being here with us every Tuesday. Thank you guys to the team. I saw a lot of our team in the comments. That means so much to us. Thank you, Carter, for putting in the email. Thank you, Katie. I see Robin, Jasmine, Rachel's in here as always. Thank you guys so much. Tracy, Samantha. We had a bunch of the crew tonight. Tabitha, thank you guys so much. We love you. We'll be back next Tuesday 7 to 8, answering all your questions. I love you, Barb. Thank you so much. We'll be back. Thank you all for hanging out and
stay warm.
Stay warm. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. Let's see if I can find Brad with my outro. Make sure you guys email me because I don't want to forget that. Shoot me an email, seminar in the subject line.
Don't go away.